So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Those who are new, you need to subscribe, share, comment and like. And also those who have been here before, please, is this not reason enough for you to subscribe? Please just subscribe. Okay, so what's the burning issue today? The burning issue today is about variables. How do variables fit in our microchip programming? I'm going to explain that to you. So stick around until this video is over so that you can learn something. Today I want to build something cool with you, which is called the SOS protocol. How can we make an SOS signal? SOS, by the way, it stands for Save Our Ship. So we are going to learn that. Mind you, the early part of our videos equips you with so much. You might not appreciate the earlier videos that we do on Blink, etc. But if you think about it, the concept of Blink is the ones that you see in our traffic lights, or some might call it robots in Zimbabwe, robots. So it is just the concept of Blink. So you need to appreciate this. So by each and every end of a video, I'll just tell you where the concept that we'll be learning will be linking up in real life. So today we're going to talk about variables and why they are important. I don't like to just talk about it. I'll show you why they are important. By starting from our previous video, you will learn to appreciate why we need variables in microchip programming. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so guys, you have to open the last program that we wrote, the program which we used pin 10 as the output. Remember what we have learned in the previous lesson. I taught you that void setup is where you are telling your microcontroller what to do. You are setting it up. It's like you are preparing it. You are deciding, I'm going to use pin number 10 as an output. That is a decision you are telling it. Okay. Void loop, it is whereby it carries out the decision, and it carries out a lot of its processes, including using the decision that you have programmed it to use. Okay. So that is it on void setup and void loop that you learned in the previous lessons. Okay, I think I gave you an analogy of an athlete who will be wearing his attire. He wears his shoes, he wears his socks, maybe a bandana, and maybe his shorts, and then his vest, and then that is the void setup part. And then the void loop, I think I explained that it is running, doing the process like running. Okay, so that is it on void setup and void loop. Okay, so today we are going to start by writing a program. So the program that we are going to write today is the SOS program. What is the SOS program? Okay, let me take you back in time, or in history. So in history, there was a system. People used to travel by water. So the earliest ships that were made, or the ship system that was used to alert the station that, or to alert another ship that they are sinking, was called the SOS system, or it was a means of communication in the sea. Like it stands for Save Our Ship. So this Save Our Ship system, or this means of communication, was actually done. Was actually used by. It was a means of communication, okay, which used light as an agent, or which used light to carry the signal from one point, from one ship to another, from a ship maybe to a station. Okay, so what they would do is they would put a ship on the highest point. They will put a light on the highest point of their ship, and then the light would turn on and turn off, turn on and turn off, just like the blink program. It was like the blink program, but it was a bit different. So we are going to build that SOS system. So this is what the SOS, as you can see, that it's made of two letters, the S and O. So the S letter, sorry, I'll be writing it, I'll be writing in a different angle. It's inverted to you, but I will show you what I've written. So there was an S, and then there was an O, and then there was an S. So these were the letters that were used, okay, to write the program. So how then were they going to represent this, or were they representing these letters on using light? This is where the blinking part came in. So the S was represented by small, it was represented by small blinks. So it was small blink 1, small blink 2, small blink 3. Okay. And then the O was represented by big blink 1, 2, 3. So the S again will be 3 small blinks. Okay. So this is basically what was happening. Okay. Okay, let me try to. Okay. So the first S was just these small dots, 3 small dots or 3 small blinks. The O was 3 big blinks, and then the S was 3 small blinks. So this is how ships used to communicate. So we are going to build this using our program and using this LED as the SOS light. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to try to put this on code. As this that I've highlighted right here, which says initialize digital pin LED built-in S and input. Okay. Sorry, this was from a previous LED 13. Let's see. Okay. So this is what we call commenting. As you can see, this is actually grayed out right there. Okay, so it's correct. This is actually grayed out. If you look, if you check this one out and then check this line 7 out. So line 3, line 7, then line 12, they are grayed out, and 13. So what these are what we call comments. You might want to, comments are important to programmers because they let another programmer understand what the program was all about. Okay, like someone could just come here, a totally new programmer would understand that pin mode 10 is used as an output, or pin 10 is used as an output by just reading that initialize digital pin 13 as an output. That is what we are doing. We're actually telling someone that we are initializing digital pin as an output. It helps, as you will see as we move on, it helps other people to understand our program. Or maybe we may make something, okay, we may make a program, and then we incur a problem maybe after 20 years. We would like to go back to the program that was written and try to understand what we did 10 years ago or 20 years ago. So these comments are very helpful in that way, because they sort of tells us what we are doing in the program. Okay, so what we need to do right now is to first decide that for the small blinks, so the small blinks, we are turning the LED on and then off, and then turning it on and then off, and then turning it on, and then there's the big off here, and then the big on, there's more, the big on, the big off, the big on, the big off, the big on, the big off, and then the small on, the small off, the small on, the small off, and then the small on, sorry, the small on. Okay, so let's move on. So digital right pin 10. So for the first time, so what we are going to do is we are going to separate. So this is how you put your comments. First blink, let's say this first blink, the first blink, for S, or to represent S. Represent S. Okay, so our first blink to represent S, let's put this one on 500. 500, let's say 200. Okay, 200 delay. So we are turning the LED on for 200 seconds. Okay, and then turning it off for what? For 200 seconds. Okay, so that will be the 200 seconds will be our intervals for the letter S. Okay, then after that, that is our first S, isn't it? Like this is our on, then 200 seconds here, then off, then 200 seconds here. So we actually need, so this is the first this is the first do. We're just going to copy this, okay, and then come right here and leave space. We want our work to be very neat, and then we paste right there. Okay, so this is our first do. This is our first part that we've written there. The second part is off. Okay, so this is our on and off. So this is our first part that we've coded right there, the on and off. So our second part, this is our second part. So we need our third part, since we have three do's. Alright, since we've already copied, let's just say go there and then paste. So this is our do 3 times. This is our do. Okay, so after that we need to say our first blink to our second blink to represent second. Sorry, always remember when you are commenting out, you need to put these two slanted or forward slashes. So this is our second blink to represent this is not correct. Okay, to represent I said 0, it should be O. Okay, so what we are going to do is to represent we are just going to copy, since we are just blinking, we are just going to copy everything that is there, and then we are going to change the intervals. From 200 we are going to put 1. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Remember, 1 second is 1000 millisecond. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. All right. This is our third blink. Third blink to represent. We are representing S now. Second blink to represent S. Our third blink, sorry. So we are just going to paste the same code that we had copied first time for S. So this is it. So what we have right here is we have our first blink is S. This is 1, 2, 3. It's going to turn on off for the first time, then on off second time, on off for the third time, and then we are going to go to our second blink for O. Remember, all these are big blinks, so we are going to say on off, on off, on off. All right. So this is it. Our SOS is done. So we need to what? We need to upload. So before you upload, you need to make sure that you have selected the right board. In this case, we are using the Arduino Uno board. So you also want to make sure that you are connected to the right COM port. As you can see right there, I'm on COM port 12. That is where I am. If you want to check that one, you can pull this off. You see, COM port 12 is gone. When you put it back in, you hear a happy little USB sound, and then COM port 12 is back on. So we need to select COM port 12 since it's the one So we need to click on this upload arrow to send our program into this microcontroller. Okay, so let me focus on our microcontroller right now. Okay, so if you look at it, 2, 3. Okay, so what is happening here is, as you can see, our SOS is not working very well. Why? Because the small blinks, our first S, you see, we have the first S, okay, and then the last S. Our first S and the last S are running into each other very fast. So after our last S, is like we are just running into our first S. So what we need to do is to add another delay on top of this 200. Okay, we need to say delay. Why are we adding this delay? So that we can separate the last S and the first S. So our delay, we may put 2 seconds right there. So remember, when you are giving your commands, you need to terminate the commands with what? With a semicolon. So let's upload again and see what happens. One, two, all right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, what is happening here? 1, 2, 3. All right. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, I can't understand what's happening here. So 2, 3. That is the S. Then the O. 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3. That's our first S. Then the O. This is the O. And then our last S. 1, 2, 3. Then the first S. 1, 2, 3. And then our O. 1, 2, 3. Then our S. 1, 2, 3. Then our first S. 1, 2, 3. And then our O. That is our O. Okay, so that we are done there. That is successful. That is our SOS. So our first S, it's 1, 2, 3, 3 blinks. Maybe it's too fast. Let's change. Let's put this. Let's say this is 500, so that you can actually see 500, 500, 500, 500. Okay. So for the S, I'm just going to change to 500. 500. This is becoming tiresome. I'm writing 500 all over again. Okay, I'm just going to copy this, and since we're just going to use the same 500 for this. So let's go there. So we're just going to put 500. So let's put 1.5 right there. Okay, let's upload. That's our S. 1, 2, 3. That's our S. 1, 2, 3. That's our O. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. That's our S. Our first S. 1, 2, 3. Our O. 1, 2, 3. Our S. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there might be a problem somewhere there on our S. Let's see. 500, 500, 500. That's perfect. Okay, I think that's perfect. So what is happening right here is we might need to play around with these numbers so that we can reach a point where we say our SOS is now perfect. Okay, so but the problem is, as you can see, changing all these numbers is tiresome. You cannot keep on doing that. So that is where the concept of variables come in. So imagine we had a certain letter which represented 500. Okay, and then each time we want to change this 500 or this delay for the S, we could just change the parameters, or we can change the representative of that letter. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Let's say so this is how we put variables. Variables can be put variables can either be integers or float numbers when we talk about numbers. So right here, the integers are just the numbers that are solid numbers, like 500, 1, 2, 3. Then the float numbers may be 3.15, which means the float number, by float number, we just mean that the number which is floats in between the two numbers. Like between 1 and 2, we can have 1,5, 1,85, 1,235. That's between 1 and 2. Okay. So between 5 and 6, we may have 5.2, 5.8, 5.9. We say that it's a float number because it's floating between two solid numbers. So integers are the numbers that we are using right here, like 502. They are not floating between any numbers. They're just solid numbers. So to represent the 500, we're just going to put int and small, all right, int delay s del. We put this one s. Okay. So what we mean right here is the integer. All right, let's just say delay. Okay, delay. All right. So our delay time for the first blink to represent s will be 500. Okay, and then don't forget to put the terminating semicolon. Okay. So we also have the integer for delay for o. Okay. We're going to put that since it's 1,000 like this. Okay. So, and then we have the long delay, int long. I'm just going to say long. The long delay is actually 1.5. The long delay is actually the delay between our first SOS message and the second SOS message, which I've said is 1.5. The last one that we've given right there, okay, as you can see on line 62 there. So what we need to do, we need to change where we say everywhere where there is 500, we need to put a delay s. Okay, so we're just going to start there and then paste right there, delay s, paste. And then we're going to go there, and then where there's delay s, we paste. Okay, since we've done this for the first blink of s, we're just going to copy this to, and then replace this second part by our first blink. Since it's the same, basically the same thing, paste this. And then we are going to move down there for the second. For the third blink, we're just going to do the same thing, paste there. Oh, sorry, we have to leave space right there so that it's neat. So that is it for our first S. Okay, so for our O, we are going to replace 1,000 or 1 second with delay. Sorry, I've written del. I don't know what this means. Delay O. Okay, so we're just going to copy this, and then we are going to go to second blink to represent O. We are going to put where there's 1,000. We're just going to paste this right there, delay O. Where there's 1,000, we're just going to say delay O, paste this. Okay, so we're just going to copy this, then we're going to paste it right there to replace this one, paste. Okay, let's move down there. We're just going to paste this one or replace this part. Okay, so for our O, that's it right there. Then for our second third blink to represent S, we are just going to copy everything that we have done right there on our first blink to represent S, and then put it on our third blink to represent S, since we are just representing S. Okay, so we are using the same code, so we have to paste this. Okay, so for our delay, our long delay, okay, we are just going to copy this long, Okay, we're just going to come right there and then replace this. Then say paste. Okay, so this is what we have done. So we might want to say, for our long delay, for our S, we are going to for our long, we're just going to put 1.2. Let's put 1.2 right there. So for our O, then for our delay S, we're just going to put maybe 700 milliseconds. Then for our long, we're just going to put 2. Let's put 2 seconds right there, and then replace. Then click upload. Okay, let's see. What did I do? Compile expected unqualified ID equal. Why? Okay, so let's change this variable. This variable, it seems that it means something. Okay, sorry about that. Let's just say as separation. Just separation. Okay, so instead of putting long, let's just put separation, because long it has some use. Okay, so the program was the Arduino IDE was confused. So let's paste this separation. Okay, let's leave this. Okay, let's upload. Boom! We are in there. So you need to check to look there. 1, 2, all right. Second long, third long. Okay, that's our OS. 1, 2, 3. That's our O. Long. 1, 2, 3. That's our first S. 1, 2. That's our O, and 3 for our last O. Our second S. 1, 2, 3. That's our second S. Then that is why variables are important. So each time you want to change values in here, you don't have to go on and repeat the tiresome process. What you can do is, if you have variables, you can change everything on top of void setup, everything that is there. So that is why variables are important. Okay, so that is it about variables. Today you have learned something by doing. Wasn't it nice? You've built something today, something meaningful, something that was built before. You should be happy about this. So that is it for today. Thank you very much. If you have stayed this long, this shows your determination. Remember, nothing comes for free. You have to invest your time as you have done. So thank you very much for listening to my voice. We'll meet next time in our next lesson. Stay prepared, guys. So for those who haven't bought the Arduino kit, it's something between $35 and $40. That is the price range. You need to contact Electro and Cortech in the description below. And please, I know not everyone wants to work for free, so I just want a little bit of an incentive from you. So guys, please subscribe. If you subscribe, that would be, I would appreciate that a lot. So long, suckers. So long, viewers. See you next time.